Please don't make it illegal. I'm waiting for someone to come online so she can listen, so give me time. I will explain to you the miracles of kratom powder. And also why the FDA is doing things wrong in psychiatry. Like, I don't take it for psychiatric reasons, but we have a story to tell you, Mr. FDA people. And sooner or later, either through class action lawsuit or not, you're going to do what I want you to do. Because I do have the power and the knowledge to make you look like an idiot. And I don't mean that to be a dickhead, but you'll find out what I'm talking about soon enough. Oh. Okay, well, I don't know what she's doing. I'll bother her until she gets here. I need you guys to understand some things about why we take kratom. Why the smart people that are not drug addicts take kratom. I'm sorry if people like to get high off of it and die, but alcohol kills more people than any drug anyways, and you still sell that in the store. And I can buy as much alcohol in one day as I want. I could buy a whole liquor store if I had $1 million and just bring the alcohol home and keep it in my house, and you would not care how much I drank. You can say drink responsibly, but that doesn't stop how many people a year? We don't know. I don't know. Just because they don't die from alcohol doesn't mean they don't beat up their wife. Doesn't mean they don't beat up their kids, rape people, kill people. But you still sell that shit in stores. And I probably shouldn't cuss. This is supposed to be more of a professional video. But, like, what the hell, man? Kratom doesn't kill most people. It's the stupid people that would probably have died from heroin or opium or fucking some other drug they can easily access. And they just buy the kratom because you won't make marijuana legal. You know how many people would stop doing opium and your opioid pills if marijuana was just legalized? I don't really like marijuana that much, but like in states that marijuana is legal for medical purposes, there's a 25% decrease in opioid deaths. And you guys think marijuana is a problem. Marijuana would replace the tree and oil industry. You can build a house out of hemp. 1 acre of hemp produces as much paper as 4 acres of trees. You can make plastic containers, and you can make wrappers and containers out of hemp instead of oil, because plastic's made out of oil. And we're getting to the kratom, but we got to talk about some other problems that are just so superficially stupid that it only had to have come around because of ancestors' greed. I'm not sure if they knew about renewable energy back then. I'm pretty sure somebody had an idea, but it was too late because Oil was already easier in making money, and oil companies and tree companies didn't want to lose their money, so they made marijuana illegal. It had nothing to do with anything but that, and that's the way it is, and you all know this. And you might not all know this because your families might not have told your families to tell your family's family, and it just got lost in generations, and you really don't know what your ancestors were doing because you didn't hear the true story. So they probably hid that from the facts. I mean, I'm pretty sure there wasn't a document written about we're being greedy and we don't want marijuana to take over the oil and tree industry. Which, guess what? It's already starting to happen. And sooner or later, all these oil companies aren't going to be in business. And these tree companies aren't going to be in business because no one's going to buy your shit. And you can take your $200 billion and feed your families and live happily rich for the rest of eternity before this planet gets destroyed because you did shit wrong. Like, you probably got 200-300 years before you're fucked if you don't start changing the shit you're doing, even if you don't want to have to say, well, hey, where's my money going to go? What am I going to do? Have a normal fucking life, man. Have a normal life where you can have a family and do family shit instead of always being in the office and fucking your secretaries and getting hotel rooms at night and fucking around your wife or your husband, whatever. I mean, you think your wife doesn't know you're fucking around? She knows better. She just likes the money, so she shuts her mouth. Humans are not hard to understand. Period. I can feel your energy. I don't have to talk to you to know who you are. I can feel your aura, your soul, your spirit. They're all the same thing. So, like, we'll rant on about psychiatry until we get to Kratom, until she shows up. Fucking, I was stuck in the psychiatric field for 16 years being told that I was schizophrenic and bipolar because of the way I talked and behaved. Because I said weird shit. Like, so what if I say the night sky looks like chocolate? It's fucking true if you have an imagination. But that's the type of shit that got me fed medications that have carbon and nitrogen and sulfur and hydrogen and fucking chlorine and fluoride in them. This shit's not made for my body, man. If it was, it'd naturally be produced inside there. So you know what I'm doing? My psychiatrist ordered a blood test to test the levels of my hormones from my pineal gland, my brainstem, my serotonin levels, my melatonin levels, my dopamine levels, my cortisol levels, my levels of hormones, whatever the hormone is for when your pain goes high because you have arthritis in your spine and your spinal cord is just an electric cord that shocks electricity into your body to make it work. You're not tired, you're losing electricity and your synapses are not firing fast enough, therefore you're weak. But because I have arthritis in my spinal cord is overactive, but I produce too much electricity in my spinal cord because I don't have any joints in my body. Probably has a lot to do with the fact that you fed me these goddamn fucking psychiatric medications that I didn't need. Oh, and you don't know why I didn't need it? Because I had eye surgery for dissociative vertical deviance 3 weeks ago today, and I woke up and was no longer hallucinating. So I've had natural hallucinations because of my eye disease that were fixed by a strong business surgery for 34 fucking years. I hallucinated. It didn't help when I started doing hallucinogens, you're right, but when I hit puberty, it got worse. And then when I started doing hallucinogens, it got worse. And then I started talking about my hallucinations. And then you told me, well, closed-eyed meditation reboots your brain and can cause hallucinations too. But I'm sorry, I close my eyes. I can breathe through my nose for an hour without swallowing until my brain completely shuts down and I have no thoughts inside my head. It re-energizes the biofield of electromagnetics throughout my aura and around my body. So that's how I get away from all this sick shit that you guys put in our food. Like, I can feel these goddamn chemicals from the beaver's anus gland that you're putting on meat and other products to make it last longer. Like, what the fuck is that? Who thought that I'm going to take this ass gland and I'm going to squeeze chemicals on food and see what it does? Like, who the fuck thinks of that shit? Like, I get that you have to feed people, but why don't you start growing vegetables and gardens on top of fucking buildings instead of just putting rocks and fucking satellites up there? This is all sustainable, common sense fucking shit, and you guys are fucking like 200, 300, 400 years behind because you're worried about oil money and tree money. And then one day, when you're all fucking worried and you have to go live in your fucking $200 million bunker that you've built for the apocalypse, you're going to die down there anyways because your family's going to run out of food eventually. There ain't no secret way to get off the planet and go survive in space. You're fucked if you don't get rid of the oil and tree industry. It's just the way it's going to happen. This planet can only take so much mining before it gives out. You wonder why the carbon's higher in the air? Because you're taking away the trees that produce the oxygen. The plants are being destroyed by manufacturing companies for buildings in towns, so therefore plants aren't releasing as much oxygen into the world. Plus, you give off 19.4 pounds of carbon with every gallon of gas that we drive in our cars. And you wonder why shit's fucked up and everybody's aura's sick. At least I found a way to fucking reboot my aura and make it fucking full energy for a while. Half you people aren't even doing that. Your guys' aura looks like a fucking, there's a spot here of energy, a spot here of energy, a spot here of energy, and you got spots of energy around you instead of having a force field like the Jedis do around them. Shit that's going on right now, and you guys are too fucking greedy and stuck in your ways of how to run your multi-billion-dollar industry just to stay afloat. And I'm sure it drives you fucking crazy being that rich. Knowing that most of you probably already know you're really not helping anybody, you're just trying to fucking do something. And you really probably don't want to do it. You probably want out. It's probably why you're doing drugs or something, or cocaine, or cheating on your wife, because you got to find as much distraction away from the fact business is shit and it ain't helping anybody. Oil comes from dinosaur bones. Bones is how oil got here, and you're putting it in cars and blowing all that shit back up in the air. Carbon is nothing more than bone dust. Simple fucking fact. That's the two shit that this planet needs to change, or you're going to get fucked up. And I'm going to move on because she's not here. Well, she might be. Oh, no, I don't know what the fuck she's doing. I'm not cussing. I know that's not professional. But that's how we feel, man. It's exactly how we feel. So you missed the whole point of things. You can go back and watch the past few minutes. Now I'm going to talk about Kratom. I was waiting for you. I haven't had Kratom for, I don't know, 4 days, 3 days. I ran out and I couldn't get any more. I take about 3 teaspoons a day in the morning when I wake up. Right away on an empty stomach. The package says 2 teaspoons a day max, but I'm in a lot of fucking pain, so I went up to it like 3. I take a teaspoon and a half and I put it in a cup of tea or a cup of warm water with some sugar, and I drink it, and then I have another one with the same dose of a teaspoon and a half. And I wasn't in pain for 3 weeks at all. I'm talking no pain. And if you can't tell by my voice, I'm in so much fucking pain right now. I'm getting mad. That's why I'm raising my voice. That's why I'm yelling. That's why I'm yelling. I can't fucking move. My eyes hurt. I don't like to read. Talking is making my eyes feel like impressions are being left on my eyes, like the sounds are coming back at me and they're pushing in my eyeballs. Like my words are going to poke my eyeballs out like a balloon. That's how I feel because my spinal cord is so goddamn overactive. I've taken marijuana to help this, and marijuana didn't even help. It just made me so fucking retarded I forgot I was in pain. I've taken your muscle relaxers that are non-drowsy, your muscle relaxers that are drowsy, fucking your Oxycontin, your Seroquel. I've taken all that shit for this fucking problem in my spine, and I have never once got any relief from anything but Kratom. And you're running around wanting to make it illegal. Why? If you were smart, all you would have to do is have Big Pharma start selling it. We don't need these pills with carbon and nitrogen and sulfur and fucking oxygen and fucking chlorine and fucking fluoride. Like, first of all, fluoride is bad for your third eyeball, otherwise known as your pineal gland. You wonder why everybody's fucking decaying. Their third eyeball, which is the eyeball you look through when you go to sleep, is on top of your brainstem. And fluoride eats it away, literally. It eats it away. A lot of these chemicals that you're putting in these medications eat your fucking pineal gland. How would you feel if your eyeball was being eaten? That's why we're fat. That's why we're sick. That's why we're unhealthy. That's why we're fucking crazy. That's why we're fucking... That's why we're not mentally, physically, and spiritually healthy. I'm sure you did the best you could in the beginning, but it's blown out of proportion. It's not helping anybody except for the rich people that are able to eat healthy for their whole lives because they have the money to buy the food that makes them healthy. To a goddamn store and get a vegan meal without possibly knowing I might run into the fact that I might have to get some goddamn bread that's been made out of eggs because you don't got it carried for me. Well, I mean, I got to do what I got to do. I can't starve myself to fucking death because you guys want to put chemicals and shit. How long does an egg last in the fridge? How long does an egg last out of the fridge? What makes you think you can take that egg and put it in food and make it last 12 times longer than it's supposed to in a natural environment? Oh, we'll just add some fucking shit to it. We'll add some poisonous gases to it. That'll be great. You're putting gases in our goddamn pills. Nitrogen is a gas. Hydrogen is a gas. Carbon is fucking coal. The only thing carbon's good for is fucking cooking on the grill, as well as, hey, he drank too much alcohol, so we're going to give him some carbon to pump his stomach so he doesn't die. Well, if you would realize that alcohol is a bigger problem than Kratom, maybe you should stop selling the alcohol, bring the marijuana back, and start getting rid of the tree and oil industry so we can actually live in a renewable energy lifetime before this planet gets imploded because you're taking too much fucking natural minerals out of the ground. If you need minerals, go to other planets. I'm pretty sure Jupiter has a shit ton of minerals on them. And guess what? You could cut that planet in half and no one would die. What the fuck is inside of there? I don't know what Jupiter has inside of the ground, but I'm pretty sure some of that shit in there is a lot more fucking potent than anything you've ever fucking thought of. Maybe that's how you're going to create light speed to go live around like Star Trek and Star Wars and make lightsabers and laser guns. But you don't need a laser gun because, like, whatever. Teleportation. There are minerals on billions of other planets that you've never even tried to understand what the fuck they can do. You keep looking on this planet for the fucking solution, but the solution is not on this planet. If you want light speed, if you want teleportation, you need to go to a different planet that's uninhabitable by us. Now, that doesn't mean you couldn't grow somebody on Jupiter and they'd be able to live in the environment. I don't know. That's way down the road before you start growing species. I have a formula on my website, digitalenvironmentalcommunication.com. It tells you how to make light speed. I don't know if it works, but you might as well try it. You ain't got nothing to lose. I have no idea what it means at all. No fucking clue. Each shade of light speed setting is quasingular to the quotient times itself. No. Each shade of light speed is quasingular to the quotient times the answer of itself. Something like that. That's on my website, maybe. It's mine on my Facebook. If it's that important to you, I don't know. Use Vaseline. I bet Vaseline would create an environment inside of that cabin that would slow down time enough so that your body wouldn't blow up from moving so fast. But you'd have to use Vaseline, other ingredients from other atmospheres of other planets, other minerals from other planets. With that formula, whatever the fuck the formula means, and see if you can actually make light speed instead of looking here for the answers. This was supposed to be step one. We are in the baby stage right now. You never got out of diapers. On yourselves to get out of your ass and realize what drugs are good and what drugs are bad. That's why I'm getting that blood test. I'm going to prove to you which one of my glands have which problems. And I guarantee you, even if I get the Kratom tomorrow, I'm not going to take it. I'm going to wait till after my blood test because I have no medication in me at all. And I can't sleep because I'm in so much fucking pain because my spinal cord, which all it should be called is an electricity plug, because that's all your spinal cord is. It's literally electric wires that provide stimulation through electricity for your muscles and tissue to work properly without being sore. Mine are so fucking overactive, I can't fucking, I'm not relaxed. It's like I'm holding on to an electric fence all the time without feeling the pain. And I'm sorry for me yelling, but I'm tired of being in pain. And then I might have to fucking wake up one day knowing that I can't legally buy Kratom. And then what do? Go back to your muscle relaxer that did nothing but make my mind all fucking foggy? I don't want to feel retarded. I don't want to feel like my feet are made out of cotton because you tell me this is working or it works. Like that's getting me high. If a drug's going to make my feet feel like cotton, you're making me high. That's not natural. You're going to give me a medication that literally inebriates my consciousness so I can't fucking function and stay awake. That's not helping me. That's getting me high. You're literally blocking my mentality ability of having a conscious mind to my fullest capability of absolute threshold. That's what you're doing with these drugs to people. I guarantee you I have a way to cure mental illness. I guarantee you I know a lot of more shit than most people ever fucking are going to think about when it comes to what the FDA and government programs that supply functionability to this planet and how they think is what working is not working. I know a lot more than you think I do. I know a lot more than I think I do because it's not hard. I look at something and I put the facts together and I say, did you try this? Did you try that? Well, this is probably why. I don't look up shit. A lot of the times shit comes out of my mouth. I never look it up because I just know it's common sense. Science is common sense. Period. I don't know how much in the science world is being hidden from us. I don't know if anything is. Maybe humans are just that stupid. Maybe the government is just that stupid. They can't figure out the shit that they need to figure out. I don't know. But I ain't got the time to go become a chemist. I ain't got the time to become a physicist. I ain't got the time to be a medical doctor. All I have is time to be a psychologist of spiritual psychology so I can cure certain or all mental illnesses. Or give you at least a foundation of showing, hey, I can cure schizophrenia, I can cure bipolar, I can cure anxiety, I can cure depression and PTSD. The rest of them, figure out the way I was thinking because I probably won't live much more than 30 years anyways. But to be able to walk around and not be in pain, it was day 2 of being on Kratom for the first time that I even noticed I wasn't in pain. I wasn't high either. I did make a video saying I sounded like an alien. It slowed my pain down enough to where my nerves weren't overactive, therefore it slowed my brain thoughts down. So my voice sounded deeper to me. So yeah, that's the actual explanation. I was trying to be cute by saying it sounded like an alien. But that's the actual biological way it actually triggered with my body. It was great. I slept. I've slept any time in my life that long without without tranquilizers. Without fucking tranquilizers. And it was great. I'd wake up early. I'd go to bed early. And I'd do it again. I was happier. I could move, and I felt like I'd never had arthritis in my spine. I felt like I was 18 fucking years old again. I felt like I hadn't drunk myself into a stupid divorce because of psychiatry misdiagnosing me. Everything was different. Everything. And all this overactive central nervous system activities back. And I just feel like I'm constantly getting poked with a bunch of needles, like there's too much acupuncture going on. That's what I feel like without the Kratom. I don't do it to get high. I do it to fucking walk. And if you take away my Kratom, I'm going to have to resort to smoking weed, illegally or legally. If I want to do it legally, I may have to move to Colorado and leave my kids behind. But still, marijuana is going to make me a little dumber. It's going to twist reality. It's going to distort reality a little bit. Kratom doesn't distort reality. It brings everything down into a tightened little ball of energy. I don't want to smoke marijuana. I don't want to drink beer. I just want to feel soberly healthy, like I never fucked up my body by drinking too much, smoking cigarettes, and eating unhealthy foods. But I can't feel that way without Kratom. And I've tried a lot of medications. A lot of medications. Probably, I'd say 75% of medications for schizophrenia, bipolar, depression, anxiety, PTSD, and chronic widespread pain, I've taken them. At least the mainstream ones. None of them worked for anything ever. Okay, I'll start reading now. What do we got? No, I meditated yesterday. Like, it doesn't matter to meditate when I know. I mean, I'll still do it, but why meditate if bringing my energy field into a complete energy fulfilled entity, when I know that when I open my eyes, I have to go back to the way of the world and eat the pesticides they put in the food, eat the chemicals here, breathe the chemicals, just to go do it again. Like, nothing's pure anymore. Everything has to be tainted with something. Even the fruit I buy has chemicals in it to make it last longer. It's the healthiest choice, but it's not healthy as me going outside and picking a goddamn fruit off my tree. That's why I would almost say humans were probably meant to move with the weather. What the Indians were doing, they're like, I ain't staying here, it's fucking cold. Smart idea. But Americans don't practice closed-eyed meditation. You stay and you expect your aura and your energy field and your spirit to just stay energized all the time. But if you've never actually rebooted your brain like a computer and filled that energy cup back up to the top, you're running on E, man. I don't know how to help you. I guess you got a spot of energy here and a spot of energy here and a spot up here and a spot over here. Yeah, okay, so you got 12 spots of energy around you. But I've got energy all the way around me like a force field. It get better when it gets starting to deplete itself. Meditation, the Buddhists are aware of this. Some people that practice yoga are aware of this. You got to stay in the corner. All you have to do is close your mouth, close your eyes, breathe through your nose for an hour without swallowing, and that energy field will rejuvenate itself. It's not that hard. Yeah, I'm sorry. This is how I talk when I'm in pain, because the noise drowns out the pain, I guess. I don't know. Sorry. Oh, this cigarette has no health, nothing healthy. Is nothing. The only thing this, the only thing this cigarette could be used for is I could probably do something with the cotton ball. Like if my nose is bleeding, I could probably take the cotton out and stick it in my nose. Like beyond that, the rest of it's just junk. Yeah. I don't understand why alcohol is legal. I could go buy, if I really wanted to, I could order $100,000 worth of alcohol. Well, you might need to get a license. Okay. I could go spend $400 on alcohol at the liquor store. How long is that alcohol going to last your average person? You don't know what I'm doing with that alcohol. I could buy a bunch of Jack Daniels and go start somebody's house on fire. I could be drinking it in my house to myself, killing myself. I could be drinking and driving. I could be beating somebody up or killing somebody or raping somebody. But you think alcohol is okay to be legal? Like alcohol is literally legal to weigh us down as an individual society with thoughts and perceptions of our own. You don't want us to see the more beautiful things in life, and I don't understand why. And I'm not really a conspiracy theorist. I think people are just that stupid. But I will get that alcohol is, they used to call it spirit. So like, if you can't see your spirit because you won't go meditate, you can drink alcohol and see your spirit. But the problem is, your spirit doesn't like you drinking and seeing it too much. So when you drink too much spirit, you end up blacking out or doing something you shouldn't have done. You can't regulate alcohol. I'm sorry. You can't regulate alcohol. It's too fucking potent. Period. Too potent. If your congressman thinks that, you need to let him see my video. You think I'm lying about this because I'm that into getting high off of it? Like, I'd probably get sick if I ate too much of it. I don't want to get high. I want to walk. I want to focus. I want to fucking just feel alive and have energy. That's why I use it. I could go I could go drink alcohol and like get a DUI again for the 4th time. Maybe. Crash my car and hit a bear, fly through the windshield, and then slice my neck on a tree branch. I mean, Kratom wouldn't make me do that because I know that a smart person is not going to overdose on Kratom. But neither is a smart person going to overdose on alcohol. It's the stupid people that are not raised right, that are poison to society, that think it's fun to get high and inebriated and it's so fucked up that you can't see and hear yourself. You can't get rid of those people. They'll find something else to consume to get high. That's probably more dangerous. If you made Kratom legal for prescription, it would literally be able to be more controlled than alcohol. Any 12-year-old kid could find somebody to buy alcohol for them. No one's going to buy Kratom for a fucking kid. Number one, a kid's not going to eat Kratom. They're going to take a little taste of it, and they're going to spit it out and say, this is fucking disgusting. Kratom would replace opioids. Opioids are poison. Opium in straight form in a red brick powder. It'd make me feel like I was breathing a cotton ball. That's getting me high. That's changing my reality. I don't want to breathe a cotton ball. I want to breathe clean, clear air. I want to breathe glass, maybe clean. I don't know what else is clear besides glass. That's all I can think of as a reference.
But you give this opium to all these people, and they're just fucking spiritually and physically and mentally sick. Sick. They were the only kinds of sick you can be. Physically, spiritually, and mentally. They were the three things in your life that keep your soul put together. That's it. It's all humans are. Spirit, mental, physical. Nothing more, nothing less. Nobody cares about their spirit. Nobody cares about their physicality except for the people that can afford to fucking do so. And nobody cares about their mental health. We're so worried about the next time we're going to be able to go buy a brand new digital device. I went over to Black Friday to get something that wasn't even on sale. I just needed it. And I was like, I'm going to go see how stupid these people are. Everybody was buying digital shit. Everybody. Everything that has electricity in it gives off radiation, and you wonder why cancer's out. But Tesla invented invisible electricity. But you didn't worry about it. Wi-Fi is invisible electricity. Same thing. I don't know if the government held all this information until later dates when they had more money to do more research, which maybe was I don't know. They could probably justify why it was a smart idea to not do stuff right away. I don't really feel how that's true. But, like, I don't need this fucking computer to live. I need this computer to feel like somebody cares about me, that somebody's listening to me, that somebody agrees with me, because we are no more nothing than a bunch of walking cell phones. That's it. But that's how we get to outer space, man. Our cell phone is like a doorway to outer space. That's what it is. But we can't get out of there because we're worried about taking the planet with us. No. Don't take the planet with you. You don't need the oil. You honestly think you're going to use oil to fucking give a spaceship power that travels at light speed? No, you're not going to use oil for that shit. You're not going to use electricity. You're going to use whatever space is and black matter. You're going to use space itself to power that machine. If you want a hint on how to find out what black matter is, it kind of looks like chocolate. The nighttime looks like chocolate. I don't know much about physics to explain anymore, but that should give you a key to at least finding how to recreate a machine that can use space itself to power itself. I don't know. Figure it out. You're killing the planet in every way possible because you can't figure out the simple stuff that I've been trying to tell you guys. And I can't tackle every issue. I can't tackle every issue on the planet that we're not doing right. I honestly feel I have the solution to every problem, but I can't be a physicist and a doctor and a botanist and an agriculturist. I can't do all that shit. I'm not young enough, and even if I was a baby talking right now, I'd have to be able to transfer my consciousness into a robot and live forever to tell you what you're doing wrong. The government. Like, I don't even want to be that way. I want to just be somebody who lives a dull, normal, mindless life. But I have all these ideas that I see, and it's like, Jesus Christ, what the fuck is wrong? Did you think about this? Yeah, it sounds weird, but you didn't try thinking about it, did you? I'm sorry, but traveling at light speed in space would feel weird. So if you can't think weird, you're never going to get anywhere. Think weird to find keys. I don't know. Like, I'm not even trying to sound condescending, but if anybody came to me with any problem ever, I could probably either find a solution or talk to you to help you find a solution. I don't know why I'm that smart. I don't fucking know. They're just ideas. They just come out of my head. No. Methamphetamine does not need to be legal. Poisonous drugs do not need to be legal. If it doesn't come naturally from the planet, you should not use it. Alcohol is not natural. Marijuana is natural. Mushrooms are natural. Peyote is natural. Kratom is natural. Those drugs were meant to do something. We weren't meant to take away parts of nature and put them together in chemical form in lab and create something. Like, why are you trying to do something the planet's not originally doing for you? Do you honestly think that this planet would say that we expect you to think of it? The planet has all the answers you need, but you're trying to make shit in the kitchen. If you can't stand the heat, get the fuck out of my kitchen. Like, I don't get it. Like, you're trying to outdo and do something the planet is not programmed to do. The program was not planned to have alcohol on it. Grapes, yeah, you can crush up some grapes, fine. But we weren't meant to make beer. We weren't meant to... Liquor, I guess that comes from a plant. But honestly, I think that with beer and liquor and all that goes to it, nobody just crushes up grapes and lets it ferment and then drinks it that way. They add metacarbolide to it or some shit I just heard recently. You add other chemicals to this. If the Bible is true, Jesus didn't add nothing to his wine. He crushed it up, sat it out and let it ferment, and then drank it that way. He didn't add nothing to do it to make it stronger. That wasn't meant to be. It's man putting his 2 cents in, trying to say that he knows more than the planet does. And that's going to be the reason why we are destroyed on this planet and cease to exist, period. There's another planet somewhere doing the same thing, but they're doing it the right way. Read the book, The Great Filter. If 2 planets don't leave their planet at the same time and meet, the solar system will never be populated. How many planets do you think have been in the same situation as us in a better or worse way and never made it, or did make it but didn't meet anybody else to get different ideas? How many times do you think that's happened? Read The Great Filter. It's just common sense and logical. But then people want to say you're living in a fantasy world. Do you honestly think even if we are living in a fantasy world and it's never possible to do that, how long do you think this planet, even with renewable energy, will last? It's not going to last for eternity. There's no way this planet can withstand eternity in the solar system. Something's going to happen to it in one way or another, whether it's self-inflicted or not, and we are going to go through another mass extinction. We are currently in the 6th mass extinction. 60 to 90% of all species and plants on this planet will be fucking eliminated. We already have supposedly proof that it's happened 6 times. How many other planets have actually been out there? How many planets have found our planet after we had a mass destruction and said, well, shit, they fucked up. Guess we'll go find somebody else. Like, if we don't learn to get out there and meet somebody, it's not going to happen. I don't know what other people from other planets are going to look like, but, you know, that's none of my business. Because we all know that the people watching this video in this generation are not going to see any of that. However many years we spent in the oil and tree industry destroying the planet and mining for shit is how many years we have to spend doing renewable energy before we find the keys in order to get to outer space. I have a formula, yeah. I have other ideas, yeah. I mean, you're ready for them. But it's still my duty to tell you these things, no matter how weird-eyed and creepy I sound. Or how irrational you think I am, or how psychotic you think I am, or narcissistic, or psychopathic. Or that S word. I don't know. I forgot it. It doesn't matter. Doesn't fucking matter. I probably don't have all the answers, but I probably have the answer on how to fucking get out there. We're so worried about walking on the ground, or no, we're so worried about getting out there, and we've supposedly found hundreds of planets and, you know, blah, blah, blah. And I heard that we sent a family out there, a couple families out in space to just keep going and reproduce. And they have like 90 years is how long that spaceship will last before it can't go any farther. And within 90 years, they'll all die if they don't find another planet or something. I don't know. So, like, But the point is, that's just one family, like, or that's just one group of people. If it is true, I haven't researched it. I don't. Just a friend told me that. But you're so worried about everything out there that you're not worried about the dirt beneath your feet. Because you think you're so all high and mighty, but you're looking in the wrong directions. Look down. Does the planet like you gutting it? You're gutting the planet. That's what you're doing. You are literally gutting the planet and more worried about food production than you are anything else, because there's too many fucking people on this planet, because all you keep doing is having sex, because sex is the only way anybody can feel good anymore. Yeah, well, I honestly think I was done. I don't know what I'm going to do. That's how I'm going to feel if I don't have Kratom all the time, because my nerves are just going to be, it's not going to be fun for me. And I'm going to have to resort to smoking marijuana, which will make me a little dumber. My cognition will lower 30% from smoking marijuana. But if I got to do it, I got to do it, because I got to be able to walk. So I beg of you, find a way to just make Kratom a medication. You'd make money off of it. People wouldn't die from it as much as opiates and alcohol. I highly doubt Kratom would overtake as an epidemic and a death cause. Opioids is already an epidemic in the American society because nobody practices closed-eyes meditation to re-energize their soul, your aura, your energy field, whatever. Your energy field, your soul, your aura, it comes from your 7 chakras. I think the main one where it comes in through is your feet, and then it goes up through the other 6 chakras. That's it. So your spiritual energy, your soul, can be found by your feet, because feet smell like mustard. And I can't see my ears and eyes right now.